Coming up.
Próximamente.
I'm going to say don't stop trumping.
Don't stop trumping. I'll never stop trumping. I was in school.
Wow.
And they let me watch Predator eating diabetic ice cream at like 10 in the morning.
The dog will live 4 and 6 years longer. I will live 4 and 6 years less.
Whatever you do, look after my tomatoes.
They were huge.
You've started leaving the seat up. I sleep well with the dog.
You and the dog can go to another room.
Are you going to do Lent? Are you giving anything up for 40 days and 40 nights?
I'm giving up on you.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lost in Translation.
Exciting one.
It's myself and Gorks, as per, in the judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge, we solve dilemmas, you guys get in touch. It's it's a very special episode today, isn't it? Because we have our first ever guest
And
on
I think
the
it's
podcast.
going to be my favourite ever guest.
The favourite ever guest. Now, I think this guest is going to throw us in at the deep end. I genuinely don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't judge.
Well, she will judge. I think she'll be brutally honest. And she'll dish the dirt on us. Please welcome
The
our
one and
daughter,
only.
Mia.
Woo!
Woohoo! Hello. Welcome to the pod. Well, you've been known, I'll say welcome to the pod. You've been known about this pod for ages, haven't you? Bless you. It's half term. I think a lot of people are relate. It's half term, so it was bring your child to work day today. I think a lot of people will be juggling parenting and work. Tiago's at nursery, isn't he, at the minute? Mm-hmm. She's having a drink. She's warming up. Yeah, Tiago's at nursery, but Mia's coming to work with us.
Yes, I think she's excited.
Yeah.
I think we are both scared and she's very excited.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, without further ado...
Vamos.
How you feeling?
Good.
What do you think about the studio? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the orange?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the chairs at home, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the orange because most people think pink is my favourite colour, but orange is as well.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
is it? What's my favourite colour?
Blue.
Correct.
Red.
Is it?
Blue, yeah.
Is that why I'm wearing the red hat today?
Yeah.
What's your brother's favourite colour?
Pink.
Pink.
He
Tiago's
has a
obsessed.
pink dodo.
He's obsessed with pink. He had a pink dodo,
And
didn't
then Benji chewed
he?
it up.
Benzi chewed it up,
Yeah.
which is a blessing for us.
What is him obsessed at the moment with?
Spider-Man. He took his Spider-Man to school.
Yes, he
You
did.
But you're not at school this week. You're on half term.
Yeah.
Yay.
So you've had a good few days. Yesterday was a good day. We went to the market, didn't we, yesterday? You went on the rides
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
with Nana. You went on a bus
And the drum.
and a tram.
Nice.
My mum took the kids on a bus and a tram, which was the highlight. You like that, don't you? Yeah. You like going on the bus and the tram. We've been told that there's a few questions coming for you later on. Are you going to be happy to answer them?
Yeah.
A few people who listen have said, listen, we need to get the truth. Mia will be the one to tell us the truth.
Yeah.
So
But just before you answer, remember to look at Papa, yeah? I'll give you the nod. Okay?
no, you look at mummy.
Hey.
Look at no one.
You look
Oh,
at no
good.
one. She
Now, you
listens
know
and she
what?
doesn't judge, Papa.
You have your own opinion, so you can be free and say whatever you want to say, okay?
Yeah.
You can relax. Well, me and Papa are going to crack on with the pod, but are you all right to come back at the end and play some games and stuff?
Yeah, so I'd answer the question.
And answer the questions, right?
Okay.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
See you in a sec, kiddo. So I think the theme this week has to be child-based because a lot of people are on half term.
Yeah?
It is like a big thing for us, isn't
Yeah.
it? Juggling kids and work. What would you say? Obviously, half term in Spain, you have months and months off, don't
Well,
you?
now is Carnival, so your half term now is because we're celebrating Carnival.
What's the carnival celebration for?
Ash is Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday, yes.
Yeah.
We have Shrove Tuesday and Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you have to give up something for Lent for 40
Yeah,
days and 40
yeah.
nights.
Yeah, because that's starting now.
Right.
So I don't know where it comes from, but we celebrate Carnival, which is like where we dress up. You know,
Right.
like you have Halloween where you dress
Yeah.
up. We have the Carnival, and it's like a festive, and you have like, everybody dress up. That was last weekend. It's like I think the weekend before Valentine's, so everybody dress up. You can have like I don't know whatever the costume you want to have, funny or scary, and they do
Alright.
that. And they do that in February. And in some places, you get a full week of bank holiday, like a not bank holiday, like a half-term holiday.
Like a half term.
Yeah.
Are you going to do Lent? Are you giving anything up for 40 days and 40 nights?
I'm giving up on you.
You're
Yeah.
giving up. Never going to give
Yeah.
you up. Should we do sugar? Processed sugar.
Refined
sugar.
I already been doing it.
Yeah, but we had pancakes.
I have to one bite of the pancake
You bought all that stuff and only had one bite. Why?
because I didn't fancy it. When I put it in my mouth, it was so sweet. I was
I
like,
ate
"Ugh."
the full 2 with
Yeah.
everything on.
I've been having no sugar since.
I know we both have. We've done really well. And I felt a lot better for it. I'm not going to lie, I'm in a bit of pain today because my back went this morning, didn't it? I had my very first back spasm. Hopefully never again. And Gorka, of course, went, how do you think I feel? I have this and have to dance.
Yeah. No, I said to you, now you will say to me that I cannot tolerate pain.
No, it's
She's like,
no, it's not like it's a weird pain. It's kind of, in fact, if anyone's been in labour, it's, you know, the start of labour. This is to all the women listening. The start of labour where it's that dull, heavy ache around your lower back and tummy. So it's more of an annoying pain, not a, oh my god I can't cope, but it's more of a
It depends on the level of the spasm,
Yeah.
and how bad it goes. When you go like you look like quite like Gandalf, you cannot walk like that.
you
happened
you
to
had
me.
that, didn't you? You had you
Yeah.
had to walk with a stick.
When I fell on the floor and my friend Simon had to lift me from the garden to the living room. That's how bad I was.
You
yeah.
couldn't walk, could
So
you?
imagine having to do a tour like I've done with that on your back.
So how am I supposed to fix this? Just not sit still? Just
well,
let
the
it...
worst thing you can do is be sad how you are
I
right
know,
now.
but there's no other way for me to sit.
But anyway, you know what? Sorry, you know what is the funny thing about this? Now that I said to her, now you understand how much painful it is when I get it. No matter what, she will twist it and have it like, yeah, but it's not as bad as my one. Everything she will be worse on her.
You can't... No fella can sit there and say they've experienced pain in comparison to birthing a child.
I'm not comparing it to birth. I'm saying that you will understand now when I get like my
Yeah.
back goes, how bad it is.
Yeah.
And you keep saying to me, oh, you can tolerate pain.
No, well...
Your says like, he can tolerate pain.
I think what we should do, one episode, is get a TENS machine and put Gorka on the TENS machine and see what level he gets to of pain.
And you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already done... I've done labour pain, so I've done it.
Yeah.
But-
You have cesarean. You didn't went for proper pain. Do you know what I mean? You didn't have to push. It goes slice on your tummy.
Oh my
You
gosh.
had pain.
What happened with Mia? They had to give me the injection to
Yes,
to
yes.
induce labour.
You didn't experience the proper contractions, like for example
Thank
your
God.
sister or
No.
your mum.
My sister, bless her, was
Yeah.
walking down the corridor, clinging
So-
to the wall, saying, he's coming out. And the nurses were saying, Nina, you need to calm down because he's not ready. And she said she took about 3 more steps and Tyler's head literally
Dropped.
started crowning. She was
Yeah.
like, I've told you he's coming out.
So I believe that you had the pain and that pain is horrible. But
I only had it short
please,
before they rushed me
to
through.
everyone out there who is gonna listen to this, gonna go for me. Don't go for me. I understand that she had pain and contractions, but she had a cesarean, not by choice. But it wasn't the full experience of like you have to push. So you didn't
Thank
experience.
goodness. I didn't
yeah.
experience the ring of fire.
So you cannot go. Oh, I know how painful it is. You don't know it.
No.
Yeah, you know how painful it is to recover for sure of a
Yeah.
slice, because that's
And I
very
know how
painful.
painful a hemorrhage is as well. But
Yes,
hey,
yeah.
let's keep it light. With half term, you used to go to your grandma's in Portugal
No.
for the summer, you said.
Oh yeah, but that's the summer holidays. No.
Oh,
half-term.
well.
Yeah.
Are those your favourite kind of memories from being off school?
Some of them. Yeah, I have many good memories being off of school.
Because I used to...
But I love to go to school, Mia. Yeah. School is good. You need to go to school. That's where you learn. Yeah.
I used to have... So my mum's mum was my Nana Joyce.
Yeah.
And my dad's mum was Wilhelmina. We
Yeah.
called her Min. Loved all sets of my grandparents. I was so lucky to have such amazing grandparents. But my grandma, so my dad's mum, they had quite a big house and lots of land.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were in a better place financially than my mum's mum. My Nana Joyce and Norman, they lived on a council estate. You know, it was everyone on that estate rallied together, and it was such a lovely place. And when I used to go to my grandma's, I used to love it, but because she was a little bit more posh, it wasn't posh, she was from Scotland, so let's be honest, she weren't posh. But it was things like I had to take my shoes off, If I went to the toilet, I had to make sure it was clean after. Basic stuff, which is what we do with Mia now.
Yeah.
Whereas when I went to my nana's, she didn't care. We could do anything. Like the amount of stuff we used to do to Grandad Norman. We used to dress him up. I used to put makeup on him. And my nana was a diabetic, so she used to have diabetic ice cream. Don't know what it was, the brand or anything, but it was the nicest ice cream. And she used to let us sit watching whatever we wanted. I remember they let me watch Predator. What's that about? I was in school.
Wow.
And they let me watch Predator eating diabetic ice cream at like 10 in the morning. And then I remember my mum saying, Dad, what's Gemma been doing? She's not sleeping. She's frightened to death of this bloody alien. And it was because I'd watched Predator.
Oh, no.
So my favourite memories of being off school were always both like my Nana and my grandma, but especially Nana Joyce and Grandad Norman, because I could do whatever with them.
Yeah, I have like many memories with both grandparents. Like the ones from my dad's side, it was different because they were in the city.
Right.
So I used to be more in my house, and then they used to like come in the morning, for example, and do things. But my mom's parents, when I used to go to Portugal, I used to not like it to go when I was little because I was always like missing my mum.
Yeah.
I was very like mummy's boy.
Did you get Miss Mummy pains?
Yeah, I used to get my luggage and go to the end of the road and wait for the luggage to a taxi
like
to take
a little
me
lost
home.
Boy.
And my brother used to go, where are you going? No one is going to pick you up. Just come back, stop crying. Yeah.
Really? Was he just like...
Yeah, because he used to love it. But then I got used to it and I really enjoy it because I used to like... We live on literally, imagine like a Yellowstone farm.
Oh, right, okay.
So we were in the middle of nowhere in the little village in the mountains around. So like... my grandma used to have a horse and have it on the field, so we used to go and pick it up and bring it back with my brother.
So that's the life I want with you. I keep saying we should get a farm. Mia agrees we should live on a farm. Why is that not an option if that's what you used to do in the summer?
Yeah, I used to love it. My favorite thing was that I used to get to wear the cargo pants.
Yeah.
And military cargo pants with the working boots. Yeah. And I used to have this like Swiss knife.
Swiss Army knife,
where you have everything. I have it there. And we used to go to the river and get the bamboo sticks, and we used to make nice sticks with it. We used to go with this sounds very bad, but my grandma, in the back of the house, we have like the rabbits, chickens, and hens and everything.
Oh.
And we used to have the little, the little guns. They had the little
pellet gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you used to do that to them.
No.
Because that's awful. That's borderline psychotic.
No, the ball ones. There's like a plastic
pellet gun, yes.
with the plastic balls.
Yes.
So she used to have the hanging for the clothes.
The food, yeah.
Not food, the clothes.
Right.
So the pegs.
Yeah.
We used to shoot the pegs.
Right.
And
good.
broke
I'm
the
glad it was just the pegs.
Yeah. We used to shoot to the pegs.
Right.
And then when my grandma used to go to do the washing, there was no pegs. Or I used to find like pieces of clothes in the mud on the ground.
I thought you were going to say you used to shoot the rabbits. That's why I was saying it was psychotic.
In the bar where she had
right,
used to have the hanging for the clothes.
That's fine.
And we used to shoot the pegs and break the plastic pegs.
Right.
So then there was no pegs, and she used to shout at us, "Where is the pegs?"
So would you be up for one day retiring on a farm, not a working farm?
Yes.
Which I know there is a place for them. I do support the farmers.
Yeah.
If it's done properly. But if we just had like a horse, maybe a miniature horse, a Shetland.
No, a proper horse.
Yeah, but we could get Shetland as well.
Like a proper horse, yeah.
A few goats.
Yeah.
A few little
My favorite
pigs.
thing would be to have like fresh food. Like my grandma used to say, "Gorka, can you go to Nana's backyard and get some fresh tomatoes and an onion?" So I used to go pick an onion.
Grow it ourselves. Do you remember when you tried to grow carrots?
No, it was tomatoes.
Tomatoes, Gorka tried.
And they were lovely and big. And then I went away and I said to you, in a couple of weeks, they are red, picked them up. Came back 3 weeks later.
I forgot.
No one picked them up. They were like huge tomatoes. They were being eaten by ants and everything.
Slugs. But at that point, Norman, bless him, was on his last leg. So I had an elderly senior dog who couldn't walk. I had Mia and I had Tiago to deal with.
Yeah.
And you went on tour and he just said, whatever you do, look after my tomatoes.
They were huge.
Of all the things.
I know.
But I forgot, and he come back. I remember you messaged me and said, how are the tomatoes? And I thought, oh my God.
And then my granddad, my dad's dad in the city, he used to have this like little in the mountains. It was allowed in the city to have your own like little corner thing,
Right.
maybe like 5 square, 10 square meter, and he used to plant like tomatoes.
Like a little vineyard.
Yeah, but it was near the house, so he used to walk there for like 10 minutes and you were there. You know, like where we live, you have the little, in the lines, you have the little thing,
Oh,
like
nice.
that. And he used to have tomatoes, cucumbers, salt, lettuce, onions, just like things that you can day to day. Padron peppers, so he always used to bring them fresh.
That one near us, what do they call them? I can't remember the proper name of it. But that one near us, it's got a scarecrow in it.
Yeah, a
And
few
do you
of them,
remember
yeah.
Mia used to say the scarecrow looked like Gangan?
Yeah.
When she was little, she used to say that looks like Gangan. Well, listen, you can get in touch with us at any point during this podcast if you've got anything to add to the half-term memories. It's a safe space, isn't it? There's no judgment. We do have a WhatsApp, so anything that you send out, it could be read out. But you can follow us at social media. It's lost.in.podcast across social media. Or you can email us, lostintranslation@bauermedia.co.uk. Or if you want to WhatsApp us, it's 077 610 39898. Should we get into this week's
Debate.
debate?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Debate.
But how would you say it in English?
Debate.
Yeah, so it's b.
Debate,
yeah.
not V. Debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Spain, did they pronounce their B's as a V?
No, it's the same.
Because would you not say
Bilbao, Victoria, the same.
Valencia instead
No.
of Valencia?
No, Valencia.
You just said it with a B.
Yeah, we said them the same, like B's. No V, like B. Bilbao, Victoria. It's the same.
How would you say Vicky?
In Spanish, Vicky.
Okay. That's my question answered. Okay, debate time. Do you want to go first?
My one is silly, to be honest. I didn't have nothing this week.
Have I been good this week?
Not really, but
Oh,
I just want to give you a break.
go on then. I'll let you go first.
So my one is that you've been leaving everything again back from the gym everywhere.
Mia's
you
laughing
say,
like she knows
"What-
it's true.
When I tell you, oh, you leave, I didn't tell you because it's just, I just...
What, like my T-shirts and stuff?
No, like the barbell with a 60 kilos or 80 kilos plates in it. And then you go
Oh, you mean my weights in the gym?
yes, and in the middle of the floor, and you will say, sorry, I'm rushing, so I don't have time. And I go like, yes, I get it, you don't have time. So do I. So then, when I have to go to train, means I have to spend my time unfolding your barbell and putting away your weights, which takes time of my training, because you didn't have time.
But that's the perks of a home gym. If I was in a public gym, I'd put everything back because that is a pet peeve of mine. But I went in our gym yesterday and there was a pair of 2 kgs in the middle of the floor. So you can't blame Mia. Mia was training, but she can't reach the high shelf to put them away. That's Papa's responsibility. That's whoever's PT-ing her. And I wasn't the PT yesterday with Mia, it was you.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You didn't go in the gym yesterday.
Thank you, Mia.
So it means they were there for 2 days.
No, I didn't go to the gym yesterday, did I?
When did you do a session with Mia?
Tuesday.
Do you want me to tell you what mine is? And it's something that you've never, ever, ever done the whole time I've known you, apart from the last week or so. But all the time in the last few weeks it's happened, and I'm thinking, at one point I thought to myself, have you messaged the producers of this show saying I'm going to do this to see if she actually notices?
Yeah.
Because you've never done it before.
What is it?
You've started leaving the seat up. The toilet seat.
What do you mean?
You start when you lift it up to have a wee.
Yeah.
You used to always clean the toilet and put the seat down.
Yeah.
You always clean, but you don't even put the rim of the toilet seat down for me or Mia to sit on.
I don't remember doing that.
The other day you did it in front of me. So you finished your wee, you turned to wash your hands and I was talking to you and the lid was up. Dried your hands and you walked off and I thought, you swine. And then the other night I went to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, the seat was up. And you've never done it, but at least 6 or 7 times now you've left the seat up.
Nice.
So I don't know why.
I don't know.
You do always clean it though.
You always have to clean the toilet.
That's what I mean. You always do. That's why I
Nice.
thought, at one point I thought I'm going to message Molly and say, as Gorka said to you, I'm going to do a test on Gemma to see if she
No.
notices.
Maybe just do it. I'm just like
You're in
like,
you're in the quick zone.
No, I'm just getting maybe like you have been like really loose and leave everything everywhere. You know, socks on the table.
Well, let's see who you agree with this week. Is it a case of put the seat down or put the weights away?
You forgot the weights. I forgot the seat.
Yeah, well, we are busy. Let us know, though, on 077 610 39898, or you can email us lostintranslation@bauermedia.co.uk, or you can just comment on our Instagram at lost.in. gemma.in.podcast. It made me laugh this morning on the Instagram. It was you with the face mask on
Oh,
and a
yeah, that
dressing
was
gown.
really cute, yeah.
With his feminine leg cross. He did it very, very well. But thank you for tuning in. And again, thank you for all your comments on social. We do get a lot of feedback from you all. It does mean a lot. So thank you for that.
Okay, now, before we go into the dilemma of this week, someone have sent something, which I already saw that on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, about a dilemma that we had a few weeks ago, which it was me annoying with Benji sleeping in the bed. Which, to be honest, every day is getting more and more.
This is from Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's making my head in.
Sarah's responding to us talking about Benji on the bed. She sent us this. So it's an image.
And it says, dogs who sleep on the bed live 4 to 6 years longer than those who don't. Researchers found the triggers and deep release of oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that lowers cortisol and reduces cellular stress. Yeah, I get that, but thank you for this.
I agree, Sarah.
Well, Sarah, thank you for that. I totally understand that, but means the dog will live 4 and 6 years longer. I will live 4 and 6 years less, because the stress that he's causing me, having it in my bed and waking me up every 2 hours, is not good. You know? Because when I go to my walk...
He doesn't always wake you up.
All the time.
The other day you were saying he slept on the floor and you slept fantastic.
This is sleeping. I don't care if he sleeps on the floor, in the room, it's fine.
You never know.
He's on the bed. And he goes down and then jumps in the middle of the night and jumps down. The other day was jumping on top of me. And I even said, Mommy, Benji's on top of me. There we go. Thank you, Mia. Yeah, and I can show you
We've got a big bed though.
I can show you my whoop.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I woke up in the middle of the night because of Benji.
Oh, but I don't mind because if he wakes me up, like he'll come and stand over me.
Yeah.
And he'll just pant. He'll be going. And I open my eyes and I just see his silhouette. And
with
as
tuna
soon
smell,
as
breath.
soon as I stroke him, he lies flat down again.
Great for you.
And he does that little sigh.
No.
It's just, I think he does sleep on the floor mainly. He likes being under the curtains, doesn't he? He
Gemma,
gets that under the curtain.
For someone who is all about biohacking year, all about longevity and health and live longer and have a longevity life, you just messed it up, because point number 1 is longer sleep, deeper sleep and rest. With the dog jumping on and over the bed.
I sleep well with the dog.
You and the dog can go to another room.
We'll sleep in the spare room.
Great, thank you.
That's probably why I've hurt my back, actually, because I was twisted because I didn't want to disturb him last night.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sarah, for that image. It is a lovely, lovely image, and I agree. Should we do a dilemma then this week?
Yes, before we end up on a big argument how the dog is sleeping in bed.
Wait till there's 2 dogs in the bed.
Absolutely not. This episode of Lost in Translation is sponsored by Whoop.
For those of you who don't know, Whoop is a wearable strap. Here it is, here. It provides you with detailed insights into your sleep, your strain, your recovery, your stress, which I have a lot of, and your overall well-being, along with personalised coaching to help you make smarter decisions when it comes to your health and fitness.
That's true, and we've been wearing Whoop for how long now? I think myself since 2019.
2019, and I'm 2020.
Yeah.
So we're a good few years into our Whoop journey. I genuinely rely on mine for a lot.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the first thing I check in the morning, how well I've slept and my stress levels.
The first thing in the morning is like, oh, I'm in yellow.
Oh, I'm in green. Yeah,
I had
I'm
a
in
good
red.
recovery. Yeah.
Since we started using Whoop, it's had such a positive impact on our lives. Having little ones, especially in the house, it comes with broken sleep. But the Whoop has really helped us build routines that actually do last.
And we know what our body needs each day. How well we slept, how well we recover you are, how much strain you are taking on, and how your habits are shaping your long-term health. So get started on Whoop today for free by going to join.whoop.com/translation.
This week's dilemma comes from Natalie. She sent us a voice note. Let's hear Natalie's dilemma.
Hi. I just want to say that, first of all, I absolutely love your podcast.
Bless
I
her.
love listening to it. I always giggle loads and loads in the car to myself, looking absolutely crazy. I was just listening to the podcast from a couple of weeks ago when I think it was Dan that called about his friend's manners. And yeah, my daughter's friend, she came over for tea the other week. And I'm very, very strict with table manners.
Yeah.
The little girl was eating chips with her fingers. That's too bad. Fish fingers with her fingers, not using knife and fork. And sitting at the table like she was in the pub, which is a big no-no in my house. And I'm not really sure if I would like the girl to come to tea again, to be honest. It's a bit maybe harsh, I don't know. Should I say anything to her mom, or should I just ignore her because everyone's house is different? I don't know. Let me know what you think.
I mean, it's not your child, first of all. And first of all, sorry, I'm going to call you out. Do not send voice notes when you're driving.
I would. She might have been a passenger. First of all, how old is the child? If it's a child like 7 or below,
I will just say, for me,
then
my
that's
opinion,
norm.
I would say it's not her child. She can, even if it's in her house, she cannot tell her off or anything.
No.
She can tell her daughter, when the other friends are not there, be like, listen, whatever you do, when even if your friends are here, you have your manners, you do your manners.
Yeah.
Not because your friend is here, doesn't have manners, or different ways, or different, manners.
Mm-hmm.
You have manners, so you stick to your manners. Isn't it?
yeah, I would, because we've learned, Mia's had friends round for tea over the years, and Mia's been to other houses, and people...
For 18 years now.
No, people... You're in year 2, yeah, and people parent differently. Like the first thing we do when we come home from anywhere, what's the first thing I always tell Mia to do?
Take shoes off and wash your hands.
Wash your hands, yeah. Wherever, especially if she's been at gymnastics, at school, jiu-jitsu, yeah, or at jiu-jitsu, she's saying. I'm always like, right, wash your hands before you touch out, because not everyone's as hygienic. What I would do in that case, if there was a child...
And what is the first thing Gemma does when everybody leaves the house? Bleach everything.
I do. I genuinely do. I clean everything. If anyone's been around the house...
Even if it's family, she's still bleaching everything, eh?
Absolutely, I do. I love the clean house. So I would let the other kid eat how they need to eat, because it's not your child to discipline. I would instill, as long as your child doesn't do that at other people's houses. And I would just make sure after that meal, you say, right, let's wash your hands. And if they say no, you say, well, yeah, because I'm not having you putting greasy fish fingers on everything. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd just make sure the hands are washed. I wouldn't go to the parent with something like that, because if someone said to me, oh, Mia's eating chips with her fingers, I'd probably show my middle finger. But, you know...
I mean, to be honest, Gemma's still eating like...
Yeah.
Like, it was one... I remember, I find it disgusting.
Was it recent?
No, even when I met you in the beginning, it was one of the things that put me off. Of you.
I must have been hungry if I was
it's just like
quick.
Like, for example, I'm very of like, I eat with a knife and fork when I can eat even like a chicken wing with knife and fork, even if I don't do it.
Or a pizza with a knife and fork. Sometimes.
I don't
What's
eat,
that about?
I don't eat pizza with knife and fork. You were the one who do that.
So what are you going to shout at me for now?
No, we were having breakfast at some place, yeah? And he had the bread and she was like dipping on the, like...
Dipping it in the egg yolk?
No, that's fine. But then, for example, he had a bit of like tomato left and everything, and he was just with the bread picking and everything, and goes, ooh, no.
Yeah,
then,
that's what bread's for, you're dipping.
You dip the bread, but you don't collect everything and then have it. I know what I'm saying. You were like not dipping.
Yeah, I was collecting.
Like cleaning, and then you get a bit of avocado, a bit of the tomato with the fingers and go in the mouth. No, that's disgusting.
I didn't eat avocado with my fingers.
Yes, you did.
I had put it on the bread and then ate the bread.
Even if you are like at home, it's fine. But you're in a restaurant or in a coffee shop, no. In public, no.
You have very good table manners, home and restaurants, but you do something which it's unintentional because you can't hear yourself. When you're eating in bed, watching your laptop, because you have your headphones on, you can't hear yourself chewing.
I always chew with my mouth closed.
Yeah, I know, but it's loud.
It's what I can do. If I'm eating
granola,
if I'm eating granola, the granola is loud.
Yeah.
Or a crispy bread, for example.
On.
Yeah.
But for you, Natalie, I wouldn't go to the parent. I'd absolutely not.
No.
I'd just say to your child, that's how I don't want you to eat. Have wet wipes available. Get the kids' hands washed before they play. And then job's a good one. I could eat some chips on.
Also, a question for you guys there, because it's something that she does and annoys me also. And more people does it also. When you go to a restaurant, even if it's a napkin, paper napkin, or how you call it?
Serviette,
whatever.
Yeah.
What do? You are a person that you use it and it's full, like it's normal, or you do like a pile like this, and then you end up with like a pile of tissue that
Gorka folds it very neatly.
No, because Gemma, for example, in one meal she can use 3 napkins because she goes like that and then puts
and then I just
everything
put
there.
it down. I ain't got time to be folding a napkin.
No, but you just use it properly. Like normally you have it on your legs, so it will be flat, and then you wipe yourself and put it back in. No, you go like that. And this, I will wish I have here a napkin to show you what she does. It makes my head in, because there is only after the starters there is no napkins there anymore.
I know. And then we took Tiago's right in, so he looks ridiculous.
No.
My mum used to, like back in the day, if we forgot napkins or there was no wet wipes or whatever, she just used to tuck the tablecloth in me. So the table, I'd be like a ski slope from my neck to the table.
With the stain on your clothes anyway when you eat.
Yeah,
no matter
true.
when. Yeah.
Oh. But thank you for getting in touch though, Natalie. And if you want to send a dilemma for next week, you can do. It's lost in translation at bowermedia.co.uk. You can voice note us like Natalie did on 077 610 39898, or you can follow us on social media and DM. It's at lost.in.podcast. So Mia is back on the couch, ladies and gentlemen. It is half term, so we brought Mia in with us today. She's rightly so. Her brother's at nursery. Our producers invited people who listen to the pod, Mia, to ask you some questions. And Henry was saying when the questions come in, there was a lot. Now, we know you're busy. You know you've got a lot of things to be doing this half term, so we've picked out a few. Henry's picked out a few to ask you. So you can be as honest as you want. No one's going to be offended. You know, we'll just, when we get back home, Mummy will just, you know, I'll say thanks.
Thank you, Oreos.
Oh, Gorka's bribing her with Oreos. Question number 1. Who's funnier, Mummy or Daddy?
I think...
And remember who you spend this afternoon with. I'm joking.
I'm trying to think.
You know who is. You can say it. It's fine.
I'm thinking. I don't know. If I could say both of you, then I would.
Because we are both quite funny.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because one time it's Mummy, and then the next day it's Papa, and then it keeps going on.
So shall we draw then?
Yeah.
It was me this morning. She was listening to Taylor Swift this morning, and I showed her the Taylor Swift goat.
Oh yeah,
that had her crying.
That was funny, but both of you.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. So we do. Do Mommy and Daddy ever fall out?
Yes.
What do we fall out over?
Well, to be fair, you falled out like in front of me like 7 times.
7 times?
That's not many.
That's like nearly one a year.
Nice.
Well,
wow.
You fall out about arguing, and then you just fall out then about Benji sleeping in the dog.
On the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do fall out with the Benji
So
and the dog.
that's 8 times in front of me. Well, mostly the 7 times they're all about arguing. You've argued a lot.
We've argued a lot?
Yeah,
Aww.
8 times.
8 times?
That's how you fall out.
And what did we argue over?
Who's making breakfast and who's taking my brother.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah.
To school and putting you to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, we do argue over who's putting you to bed because I always want to and Papa always wants to. And we go, no, I'm doing it tonight. And he goes, no, I'm doing it tonight.
Well, there is an easier way because I do lie in your bed a lot, don't I?
You do lie in our bed.
So then someone just so I fall asleep in your bed, so then someone just carries me. That's an even way to put me to bed.
Yeah, I think that's how I did my backing, maybe. Because I carried you on Tuesday and then I had Benji sleeping and then my back wrecked.
Well, Papa's doing it tonight.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
What do you...
She said it.
Question 3 is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Easy. You know it. Teacher.
You'd be a great teacher.
Yeah.
We've got our stickers on today, actually,
Yes.
from Miss Marquez.
I teach all the time at home.
And you're a great teacher to your bro. You were teaching him to write his name this morning, weren't you?
Yeah, I was teaching her how to make a card.
Yeah, she wrote, oh my gosh, we'll have to send a picture. She wrote a card today, Mia. She said, I'm going to make you and Papa a card. She went off in the playroom.
What do you wrote on the card?
It was the sweetest thing.
I don't know.
You said, to Mummy and Daddy, I love you very much. You are the most talented people I know. Love, Mia. It was the cutest thing.
And then I put like some circle stamps and then I put little flowers with your names on and then...
Yeah, but it was funny because at the front she'd wrote Gemma and Gorka.
Yeah.
So I tried to put the mat on, but I couldn't.
Right.
So you said,
All right, should we go for another one?
He said Gemai.
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 What is your favorite food?
It used to be tomato garlic bread. Probably. I can't remember the restaurant.
I think you like pasta
Oh, it was the
bolognese.
restaurant we used to go to in Bury, wasn't it?
What is it called?
Bella Italia.
Bella Italian. It used to do the sweetest and nicest pizza and spaghetti.
Yeah, it did, and it
That's
shut
my
down.
favourite food. That's my favourite food. That was it.
Spaghetti bolognese and tomato garlic
from
bread.
that restaurant.
From that restaurant. So it was called Bella Italia. It wasn't the chain, was it? It was a family-run restaurant. It had
Yeah.
been in Bury for years and years and years and years, and it sadly had to close, didn't
Yeah.
it, last year?
And where we go now? When
And she's gutted.
Chico and Soho House.
that cracks me up, Mia.
Question 4. Do you think Benji needs a little puppy friend?
Oh, you just got me there, Mia.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. There you go, Papa. You heard it from
Okay.
Mia's mouth.
What do you like most about Tiago?
That he's my brother.
Oh.
You get on really well with him, to be fair, don't you? You have your moments.
But he bit me on the leg.
He bit you on the leg. What did he say you did this morning? Put jam on his ear or something?
She was like, they were having breakfast in the kitchen, and she was like,
I still remember
"Tiago."
what I said.
She was like, Tiago, you want a Spider-Man? She was like, Mummy, spit in my ear.
No, it's funny because they get on really, really well, and he gets dead excited in the morning to see her, but then occasionally, like, they'll just for no reason fight. Like, do you remember when he shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but do you remember when he hit you on the head with the remote? I just heard a bang, and then I heard, Mia, I'm watching that, dumph. Then she screamed, so I ran in. She was crying, and he was sat with the remote in his hand, just looking at her. And he'd hit her with the remote.
Remember when he put the old telly remote down the toilet?
Yes.
And then someone didn't know and they flushed the toilet.
He put the TV remote down the toilet.
Yeah, he's a menace.
And then someone went to the toilet.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know when they flushed the toilet with the TV remote.
Yeah,
in.
he's done all kinds of stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Between him and Benji, we find toys everywhere and anywhere.
Yes, especially with an operation.
With an operation? Oh, with the game Operation. Yeah, we got Operation for Christmas and the little bones and stuff. But you probably won't even see it now. But as you get older, Tiago's going to be your best mate. Like when you need anything.
I have seen it already.
I know he is, but you'll appreciate it more when you're older, is what I'm saying. How often do I speak to Auntie Nina now? A lot.
No,
Do you know what I
you
mean?
don't FaceTime her. You don't call her a lot.
I call her a lot.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't call her a lot. You call her like you've not called her once this week.
Are you insane? I've not called her once this week. Of course I have.
Can I ask you a question? How many times in the journey here, Mummy's been listening to a voice notes from Laura?
None. Genuinely. I didn't listen to any voice notes. I rung my mum.
She
Okay.
she spent like 10 minutes on the phone to Nana just talking about how I heard it, how someone didn't pay Papa. That's what you just 10 minutes just speaking about that and then just talking about random stuff.
I hope you speak to me as much as I speak to Nana. Because obviously she's your Nana, but she's my mum. That's why I ring her about everything and anything. And I hope you're like that with me all the time. I don't want you to ever stop ringing me, okay? Can you promise me that now so it's on tape that you'll never stop ringing me? Can you say promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you've said that, I do have something funny to say.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a safe space. We listen, we don't judge. Say away.
Do you know how you had a podcast about who trumps the most?
Who trumps the most? Yeah.
Now I'm going to say, now you said don't stop ringing me. Now I'm going to say don't stop trumping.
Don't stop trumping. I'll never stop trumping. Don't you worry, kiddo. We'll never hold trumps in our house. You don't hold a trumping.
Like every 10 minutes at our house.
Who did that?
Mummy, she does one every 10 minutes.
What did Tiago do this morning on the step?
I hope you use that on Instagram, please.
So he was crawling down the stairs because he forgot his Spider-Man, and then he just took a step off the bottom step, and then he took a step, and then he went flying in the air, and then in mid-air he trumped.
He trumped as he fell. The landing of his fall made him trump.
No, he landed when he was in mid-air, not when he...
The next question is, out of Tiago, Benji, Mummy or Papa, who gives the best cuddles? Oh, that's tough.
Tiago.
Does love a cuddle, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does get. Because one day, do you remember we were in bed and he just ran and like squeezed me?
Yeah.
He went like that.
Yeah, Tiago is obsessed with you. And he does ask for you, doesn't he, in the mornings?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do with Mummy and Papa?
Can I have like one each?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to go with Papa first because that's easier. Okay, this is both tough. Probably with Papa, getting ice cream from the mall.
The mall?
Yeah.
Why are you an American?
No.
What's the mall?
Sorry.
Do you mean the Trafford Centre?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we love it there. Mummy, yours is drawing on the wood in the garden.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot outside, don't we?
No, it isn't that. Doing gymnastics together, because we do a lot of gymnastics races.
We do. I don't know if I'll be able to do gymnastics for a bit with my back,
I know.
but I'll try. We do Arab Springs, don't we, in the house?
Yeah, we do round-offs and all kinds.
Do you want to say thank you to everyone for listening?
Thank you.
Hopefully this episode,
there
a
you go.
lot of you have listened and thought,
So cool.
yeah, we have been thrown under the bus. So we've argued 8 times about Benji sleeping on the bed. We're both funny and occasionally. You're good at taking her to the Trafford for ice cream. I'm good at gymnastics.
Okay, that. So,
Oh. But no, thank you. And as always, we love your feedback. So it's lost.in.podcast on social media. If you want to email us, it's lostintranslation@bowermedia.co.uk. Or if you want to WhatsApp us, do you want to read out this number, Mia? Oh. If you want to WhatsApp us.
I'll do it.
no, I want to say it.
I know, I'm gonna find it. Here, number is this one. Oh.
Oh, I've done it. You can WhatsApp us on
07
0776103939898.
There you go. That's 07761039898. And as always, thank you for listening. Adios. We'll see you next week.
Adios.
Adios.